All right, all right, all right. If this is you returning, then we want to thank you for coming and tapping in with us. And if this is your first time, then allow us to introduce you to the YSO podcast for the youth, by the youth, being a voice of the youth, giving a voice to the youth. You already know what we do here, man. You already know what it is. It's your MC, Mr. Fresh Clean, Saint Even or Emmanuel Lyons, as they call me. Can our other co-hosts introduce themselves as you normally do?
What's going on, y'all? It's Denzel Washington
Jr. Not Denzel.
Washington Jr.
Oh, Washington. Oh, my bad. Well, what's going on, people? I'm sure it's majority black people, so I'm gonna say what's going on, black people. Y'all see who I am today. If you don't know, Google them.
What Dr. Umar say? This is an Africans only.
Peaky Blinders.
Okay, hi everybody. It's then I'm gonna leave all the colorfulness to the other people.
Wow, she called us colorful.
Who is Thomas Shelby?
He is. I said there's a show on Netflix called Peaky Blinders.
He's a gangster.
Netflix original.
It's so watch it. It's lit.
He just
I don't have time right now.
A lot of people with the time you got.
You have plenty of time right now.
No, don't. I gotta watch the Parkers. I'm still trying to finish the game.
Parkers?
Yes, the Parkers.
Hey, don't say it like that now.
Don't be disrespectful.
That's a.
Okay, yeah. You know, we got lots of black class.
You know what? Now that you said, never mind. I'm thinking of girlfriend. Don't Hannah kind of look like Joanne?
No. Who's Joanne?
Joan.
Sorry.
Joan. Yeah, and
wow, and no, she does not.
Regardless, thank you for bringing up Hannah Christian, because as you can see, if you tuned in, we've had some guests with us already at the top of the show. You know what I mean? These three phenomenal young people with the most active voices during our event that we had on the 20 something. You know, the memory is waning. A lot of stress. The 25th, 9th, one of them, of September, the 19th. There we go. That's why I had it wrong. I kept trying to say the wrong date. I think. Regardless, at our COVID-19 roundtable talk, you know what I mean? And so I will allow them to introduce themselves and give a little bit of who they are, how old they are, and a little bit about, you know, their background.
Oh yeah, you can go first.
I'll start out first.
Hello everyone. My name is Hannah. I'm 18, freshman in college, and yes, that's pretty much about me.
Hi, my name is Savon. I'm 17 and a senior at Lithonia High School.
I'm Vicky, and I'm 17, and I go to Lithonia High School, and I want to be a registered nurse.
Are y'all related?
No.
Oh, sorry.
You ain't see the differences in last names on the banner, brother.
I wasn't even looking at the banner.
No disrespect to you all, but that don't mean nothing.
Respectfully.
A friend of mine, I'm gonna air out his business. He ain't gonna care. So he and his brother are 12 days apart, but they have different mothers, and they have completely different last names. Two completely different people too. One I love, the other I despise. I don't really hate him. He hates me though. He be hating on me.
Okay, all right.
Shout out my homie DJ.
He out here dropping government.
I was about to, the example wasn't enough. He had to go in and say who it was.
I ain't saying
we going.
Both of those are nicknames. So,
well, regardless, we're gonna hop in because the first top of the show, you know what I mean, we have these wonderful young people in with us because we wanted to recap and talk about the event that they all attended. And as you see, they're all decked out in their YSO gear because they were indeed some of the most active voices throughout the night. You know what I mean? And so, you know, we just gonna dive right into it. we're gonna dive right into it, you know what I mean? And first things first, we just want to know, did y'all have a good time at the event?
Great time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a unanimous. You know, I think I could speak for myself, Ashton and Christian, when I say that we had a wonderful time being there, facilitating with you all, as well as the other young people. You know what I mean, and being able to engage in conversation. So, you know, our viewers, of course, majority of them coming to us virtually, didn't have the opportunity to be there in attendance on that Saturday. So, what was a point that you made at the event that you would like to share with the YSO podcast viewers checking in right now about any of the topics, just whatever point that you felt most poignant, a point that you made yourself personally that you'd like to then share to these peoples right now?
Right. I'll say just talking about it and well, I'm an only child, so I haven't really had nobody other views but adults. So just hearing other kids and teenagers and all that, and grown folks too, young adults saying that how it's impacted them and affected them, you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I would say for me, it'll probably be how Corona has opened a lot of doors to me, I guess I would say, in different type of ways, basically.
Yeah, coronavirus it's like kept people on a little hold for a short amount of time, but people are just gonna bounce back and just everything's gonna go back to normal.
That's word. That's word. That's word. As you can see, we got a lot of guests tapped in right now. You know what I mean? In the comments, we want to, you know what I mean, give some shout outs. We got the Women World Conference and Awards Atlanta Team Chapter Leader tapped in with us. We got, you know, a friend of the show, a frequent friend, Wanda D. Hollis, Motivational Queen, in the building. You know what I mean? We have a Terrence Floyd tapped in on YouTube. You know what I mean? Showing Motor City love. He said, "Go, cuz Vicky." You know what I mean? Yes, they don't just come with their mind, they come with the people as well. You feel me? But we gonna go right into the the next question, because as you know, at YSO Podcast, you know what we say is we're a podcast for the youth, by the youth. We are the voice of the youth by giving a voice to the youth. So we want to ask you all as our guests, how do events like the one that we had on the 19th, the COVID-19 roundtable talk, how do events like that give a voice to the youth, and how do they help the youth like yourselves facilitate and finding your voice?
I think just all of us coming together, all as one, like really telling everybody like how we feel, gives the grown people a chance to be able to like really understand us and really hear us out, basically.
I totally agree with her, because even seeing and hearing the young voices of kids younger than me, it was just getting other people's outlook on it.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. It's just nice to like interact with other people, hear the other people's opinions, and like just interact.
Once again, say word, you know what I mean? And I think, as someone who was there in a similar capacity, but me, Christian, and Ashton, we're in attendance to kind of be like moderators in a sense, and facilitate and vet questions to you all. I think for me, I felt like very active in helping you all find your voice, especially Christian can attest to. When we first started, there was some timidness, some silence amongst the crowds when the questions were being asked. So we really had to kind of open up the door and allow everyone to understand that it was a safe space to commune and speak freely and vulnerably. And so, I take pride and honor in being able to facilitate in that manner. You know what I mean?
What happened to Ashton?
I think
I don't.
again.
Somebody got bigger.
Yeah,
they got smaller, and she was gone. So,
Oh, excuse
And
me, my fault. It's hard
Marishah
to
said
read.
hi to
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
I don't know who that is. Marishah Malcolm.
That's my best friend.
Well, I'll
Oh
say
yeah.
hey cuz to my cousin Terrence said hey to me.
Shout
Yeah.
out Terrence.
Shout out to
You
Mr.
know
Ford.
that. Shout out to Big Terrence and Marishall Malcolm.
What question are we on?
Tapping
Oh,
in with us.
what was you guys' biggest takeaway from the event?
Thank you. 'Cause I couldn't read.
Our biggest takeaway, or my biggest takeaway, was like just interacting with my friends, like going places, just hearing like other people's voices. Just,
It's not the takeaways due to Corona, right?
No, the biggest takeaway from the event.
oh, the event. Oh.
Um,
Yeah, you said going places. I was confused. I was
Oh, I
like,
thought you
wait
were
a
talking about.
But no, yeah, the biggest takeaway from the event.
biggest takeaway I'll probably say. I said that biggest takeaway was like, I mean, Corona really, really affected like a lot of people from different age ranges, from 5 to 20, 40, 30, all the way up. So like it really made a really big impact. Even on the younger kids too. Like I really didn't think it would have made a big impact on them. It did, and you could tell that it honestly really did make a really big impact.
Yeah, you can see how everyone basically was dealing with it. You're hearing how they're dealing with it or how they dealt with it. Like we all was in it, like and it was nice hearing everyone just talk about the impact they had.
And getting feedback.
Well, I'll speak for myself. I think the biggest, not even the biggest takeaway, but my most memorable moment is when I think I asked a question to those 3 young ladies that were sitting on the right. I don't remember their names. I do remember their ages though. I think 2 was 11 and 1 was like 13 or something like that. But I had asked a question about the social unrest that was going on and how that like affected them and how they made them feel. And it was very, very humbling to see how vulnerable they were in that moment, because like from 11-year-olds you really wouldn't expect that, and you really wouldn't expect them to tap into the feelings and be able to express how seeing something like that will make them feel. And then it also made me realize that there's people as young as 11, maybe even younger, that are witnessing people being killed on social media. So I think that, not my biggest takeaway, but I think that that was definitely one of the most memorable moments for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, as you pointed to, Christian, when we really focused in on how to, quarantine and the state of civil unrest and socio-political ridiculousness that we're in our nation right now, when we talked about how those two things intercede with one another and overlap, I think was a segment that allowed a lot of the kids and a lot of youth to understand just how complex the issues that they are facing are. So easily the issues of the youth are, considered, small, or not major because of the fact that, they're young and, oh, wait till you have adult problems. But these is problems that's affecting us all, coronavirus, police brutality, protests, et cetera, et cetera. They know no limits. They don't discriminate adult from youth, and everybody's being affected by them in real time in the same ways. And that leads, to the next question, because we, this is why it's so podcast, but we know that we have a lot of adults that's tapped in with us as well, that support us. And most importantly, we understand that the event that was held was a place for the youth to have their voice and speak with each other, but also to speak directly to through the pipeline to the adults. And so we wanted to ask y'all, as the people who really had standout voices, and as well as just people who are older and much more complex in analysis, that what's the most important thing y'all would like adults to know when it comes to youth dealing with coronavirus? You know what I mean? Whatever it is, and it don't have to be one thing, but whatever you think it is that might adults don't know or understand or aren't giving help or support through, what is it that you feel like you can communicate as a youth on behalf of the youth to the adults about what it is to be a youth dealing with coronavirus?
Well, I'll say like just bearing with each other, bearing with your kids, and kids bearing with the parents, because you have to think about it. Everyone's going through it. Every household is different. You don't like some kids even going not having a home to go to, or they only ate at school, like you just didn't know. So I guess just saying bearing with everyone, because everyone has a certain feeling on this.
I would say, just let us go out just one time. We're gonna wear our masks, our hands. I promise. We're gonna do everything we can do. We just want to be able to see somebody. Let us drive by a friend's house and then go to the park somewhere, something. Because I know when we were in Corona really, really bad, it was really difficult just staying at home 24/7 all day, every day. Like really bad. It gets aggravating. Like you can't talk to people and stuff like that. And you know, me being an only child, like I'm just gonna talk to the walls.
Right.
Something that I want to do, basically.
That is funny.
Yeah, I agree with her. Like, I just want to go out, with my friends, go to the movies, like, everything. But it's like, gotta stay in the house.
So y'all heard that. Let them loose, let them free, let them roam the streets. You feel me? All right, you know what I mean? We want to, really, actually, let me open the floor to my fellow co-hosts. Any other questions y'all might have for our wonderful guests?
What would some feedback be for potential future events such as the one that we were in? Like feedback from a participant point of view.
I think he wants constructive criticism.
Oh, criticism.
Say it again. Say the question one more time.
What would be some feedback from your point of view? Like my brother said, some constructive criticism. Like
how could the experience be made better? And for the
right,
next-
right. Like I know I told my cousin I would suggest an age limit because the questions we were asking were kind of complex, and I think if you had a age limit as to where, let's say 13 and up, 15 and up, because really those were the people that were interacting the most, and I think that's because they understood what we were asking. So I wanted to know from you guys' point of view, what would be some things that you would say, well, I would do this different, or I would do this different.
I would say age limit would probably be good for sure. I guess to have more people, I guess, to be able to interact more and stuff. But that, I would say that's about it. I mean, it was really good. It was good.
Yeah, I agree with her. It was good, but it's like more voices, more people's opinions, because everybody's opinions matter. So, like, just hearing more feedback from others.
Yeah, it actually, I really don't have any creative criticism other than the age. I mean, but I mean, those kids were they were engaged as well. They did better than you might think 11-year-olds would do. So, but it had an impact on them, and they had things to say, and they said it, and that was that.
One thing I kind of want to just say, being that I wasn't in attendance, unfortunately, I had some engagements I had to be at. But hearing what I just heard, like she just said, I don't think we should just cut them off like completely. I feel like they should have something specifically for their own. If there's anything I've learned from teaching in my church, having to go through each class, each group of kids learn differently. So they have that they didn't understand what you guys were talking about. Maybe they felt as if they had nothing to add to the conversation, so they just said it. But they completely understood everything you were saying and internalizing it in a way that helped them. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe we should just give them their own specific type of, shindig, maybe like early in the day, and then later it's for the older kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like we should just cut them out. Like, being a young child and knowing how I felt when I was young, I understood complex situations very well. So I don't think like, we should just limit. I feel like everybody should be included, but catered specifically to those niches. You know what I mean? Because younger kids are definitely different, but not. I don't want to say they're not stupid. They're just young. You gotta let them know differently.
That's a good point right there. You watching baseball?
Nah, the football game about to come on. I tried to move it out the way, but it didn't keep popping in.
That is by far the worst game they could have put on TV, by the way. The Jets and the Broncos. Nobody wants to.
I mean, bruh, it's football. It's football. As far as Donald Trump is concerned.
Yeah.
Shout out Donald J. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out the orange peel.
Commander in week. As we like to say.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm jumping in. We've been having some technical difficulties on my part, but I'm jumping in right now just to welcome our young people, our youth guests, Hannah Thompson, Vicky Watson, and Savon Marina. Thank you so much for being with us with the YSO team tonight. Thank you for wearing your YSO gear. Y'all look fly. And Vicky and Savon did a great video and some pics of them when they got their t-shirts. That was so dope. Thank you so much, Hannah. Please do something on social media. Take a picture of yourself, put it out there, let everybody see that you're rocking your YSO gear. But we want to find out, we asked a question at the end of the and asked if you guys needed anything, like resources do you or youth need to be able to continue through this time of pandemic? And I don't know if people, were shy, didn't really expect that question, but what is it that, have you had a chance to think about possibly some resources or some things that youth need, like almost like the question, what they were asking about the age, Christian suggested the age limit. We did a limit. We did preteens should be left off, and it just be maybe 16 and up to 15, separated even further. And also, what is it that you guys need or you think you could use during this time?
Did y'all hear the whole question?
Have you had a chance to think about that?
Yeah. I'm kind of here from the other room. You going in and out again, which is why.
Yeah,
everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and y'all can have. I'll put it in the chat, and somebody answer.
Who got a YSO hoodie? Oh no, that's not a YSO.
No,
He just got a shirt over his city.
Over the city, yeah.
Yeah, I was about
But
to
the YSO hoodies.
I was about to say, if somebody got a hoodie and I ain't got one, that's an issue.
Yo, if we had some Nike Tech Fleece YSO hoodies, you best believe I'd be rocking it every day. Because it's that time, dog.
Yeah, it is getting colder outside. New drip alert, I hear. Do I hear?
Yeah, it's October already.
It is October. Today.
It's really March.
Doing
304.
Yeah, you see, we got the question up there. So the question is, what resources do the youth need as we continue through the pandemic?
Oh, okay. What resources? Mm,
That's a great question.
that is a good.
I thought of one at the event, but it was after they said nothing, and so I was like, the question's for them. I can't say nothing, so I just stuck with it. But one I thought of was tutors, specifically tutors who are like adept at like taking online content and like explaining it to kids who don't learn very well that way. Because a lot of people who are smart or able or capable, that's just not the way that things are going to get through to them, you know. And then there's a lot of, especially at the upper levels like high school and college, where it's just straight up teaching yourself, because all of the professors doing, some professors aren't doing lectures or whatever, they're just posting content for you to then read and absorb and then answer questions or do assignments on. So I was thinking tutors who can facilitate very well in those capacities.
Tutors would be great. That is,
I don't need those. Though.
I didn't even think of that. That is actually a good idea.
because it's hard out here. Just
That is like
know how
the
to
best thing I've heard today. Because from what I know, apparently now the way they're teaching the things that they taught me, Christian, Ashton, Emmanuel, the way they taught them, they're completely different now. Like instead of adding and subtracting up and down, they do it left to right. I don't know how, like in a weird boxy, crisscrossy way. Like I looked at a problem, I had no idea what he did.
That's not how you do it
at all. And it's like, think about how those kids are gonna have to deal with teachers who grew up teaching it the way we were who grew up learned it the way we learned it growing up, and now they're gonna have to teach. They're gonna have to learn it again to teach it that way. And it's like, what? How are you gonna change it? Like life just doesn't stop. You know, we have to. It's a complete cycle. Like the people who learn will eventually teach. I don't know anyone.
That's a bar.
A teacher.
That's a bar.
Facts. But you know.
There was another question too, wasn't it? Oh yes, yeah. What other roundtable discussions or events do you want to see for the youth?
I would like to see a roundtable about police brutality and just like the Black culture in general. I think that'd be a really good.
You have like 6 shows on that.
I know, but like for different age groups though, like to see what the younger generation would want as far as like, you know, how they feel about police brutality, how they feel about the Black culture in general, not just like the violence and stuff like that. So like that would be nice to see. I think that'd be good. That'd be cool.
No, that was a good one.
Right.
Yeah, I would want to talk about like how we can take action, because at this point we know how we all feel about it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Do we though?
Well, we know how we feel
about it. I don't care about it. At this point, forget them. They allies, they cool, but at the end of the day, they leave those same streets they protesting on and go back to a neighborhood where they don't have to worry about it. Point blank, period. So,
she was talking about for the youth though.
I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
There's other youth who haven't been able to find a lot of the questions that we asked on at the event. Literally, Christian had to be like, "Do you know how you feel about it?" And they were like, "No, we don't." Like there are people we all know because we've taken the time to do that analysis and really live through those things. But there are youth who don't really know how they feel even yet, and facilitating roundtables like the one we have can help them find how they feel in their voice and et cetera and et cetera. And once they know that, they can move forward with action.
Right.
Because I also asked them if they even had the chance to stop and think about it. Like, do you know how you feel? But have you even thought about how you feel, or thought
is it
about
what reaction? Is it like an ideal that you saw online? Because a lot of people get their personalities from online.
I feel like they probably feel like they don't know how to process it, because like we have a more better mindset, not better, but a more mature mindset. So they're just thinking as it of, I don't want to die. Like I don't, like the young lady said at the event, she's like, I'm too young to die. She was like, she sees it, but they don't process it really.
Right.
Like, if that makes sense, you feel me?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And I seen my mommy said something. She said other roundtables could be for teens on how they feel the election will affect them. because if y'all watch that election,
That election,
The debate.
The debate.
that's the one. That's the one.
That's the one.
The debate, the election.
Election.
The debate.
It's okay. You know what you were talking about though.
and what y'all and with her saying that, I remember Biden said, I'm just saying Biden has said something about Trump since you've been in office. It's been lesser jobs. It had like nothing. It hasn't been no progress.
Is that a fact though? Can we fact check that?
Let somebody else tell it. That's not true. Personally, I don't know enough to enter that whole conversation. I kind of just ignored the whole thing because I knew it was going to be comedy. But
It made for some good jokes on Twitter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Twitter
Well,
was
a lot of people, to be honest with you, the Obama years were worse to them than the last however many have been. And
But we're gonna find out with any presidency. There's gonna be I get locked up while Bush president, and then I'm free while Obama president.
right,
I'm the best president ever. I was locked up.
When did Kim Kardashian get somebody out of jail? Was that with Trump? That was with Trump. That was because Kanye had the red hat.
yeah.
It's crazy. Dang.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
I bet you ASAP Rocky is like Trump 2020. He got him out of Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
Sure did. He sure
Oh,
did.
that was this year, wasn't it?
Wait,
Oh,
what?
last year.
Don't say that was this year. That was last year.
Last year.
It had to be last year.
Don't look it up.
This year has been that long. That's all.
I know that was pre-Rona though. That was definitely pre-Rona, so I had to.
Yeah.
We had a very short time of living this year.
Oh, I think another good roundtable would be like social media's effect on relationships.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Social media in general, but I mean, I guess it's affecting relationships
right.
important. But also things like self-esteem.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do
I
social
feel like
media.
a lot of our episodes could be roundtable talks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
they are, aren't they? Kinda. Like, isn't that what we kind of come up with to do? Technically, we just don't have a roundtable.
Technically,
I mean,
yeah.
but it's just us.
Stop sit on it.
Yeah.
So we gotta, got do.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, as you can see, we done, dove into many a point of contention and conversation, and that's exactly what it's all about here at YSO. You know what I mean? Like we say, voice of the youth by giving a voice to the youth, and these three magnificent youth. You know what I mean? We want to thank them for lending their voices, their mind, their time. You know what I mean? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
But you're here with us.
As Hov once said. So we want y'all to, give any final thoughts you may have, your social media handles and where the viewers can find you. And then, we'll bid you adieu and allow you to have the rest of y'all evening. So in no particular order.
You can follow me on Instagram at HLT_3 or Twitter at HLT. Well, I don't think they got Twitter, but if they do, it's HLT3B. Or on, no, not that one. You have a YouTube, Hannah Lauren. You can also follow that one. Yeah, everyone's welcome.
Tell them how to spell Lauren, though.
You should practice that a lot.
Tell them how to spell Lauren, though.
It's Lauren, it's LOUREN, not LA. HANNA. Can't let them folks find me.
She YouTube famous, y'all. I think ain't we on one of them episodes?
Talking
Yeah.
trash.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta go watch that. That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I said. I was just like talking trash.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at iam.vicky, VICKKY.
You can find me on Instagram at LUHH_SAII.
Yes, indeed. Once again, you know what I mean. We want to thank Vicky Savon and Hannah for tapping in with us. You know what I mean, and being able to express their brain fart. What's up here? Mine. Here we go. And so once again, like we said, we want to thank y'all for having us. Thank you for joining us. Good Lord, words is kicking my butt.
Oh man.
Doing me in, and you know what I mean. We will allow y'all to drift off into the midnight sky.
Thank you guys so much for being our guest tonight. Thank you for being our guest tonight, and we look forward to working with you guys further in the future.
All right, you too. Thank you for having us.
It's been our pleasure.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
You too.
Word. And now, you know what I mean, after that magnificent segment, you know what I mean, we going to dive into part 2 of, you know, our last topic, and that was, are you not entertained? Taking a look at the world of entertainment. And all of us just, you know, giving our point of views or opinions and just how we feel about the world of entertainment. So we, you know, talked a lot about music last time. And you know what I mean? That's a subject that, of course, connects everyone because everybody loves music, you know what I mean?
Since we're on the topic of music, can we please start with Daystar?
Oh, you know what I mean? You know, you want to go
listen to
it. You want to go to what's hot first, then we can definitely go to what's hot. You know what I mean? And you know,
I hope none of y'all listen to it.
Oh no, yeah, I did listen to it.
I'm sorry, I had to listen to it.
I
disappointed.
I listened to it for 2 critical reasons. I listened to it for one reason because for me, I was like, no person drops a 17-song album and doesn't thoroughly explain everything in it. So I was like, that's what he's gonna do. Now I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. He did not thoroughly explain anything, but I listened to see if, because I was like, he's clearly thoroughly explaining. So that was the first reason. And the second reason was because I was like, I understand that he's more than likely guilty, but in court, you have to hear the evidence from both the prosecutor and the defense before you make a verdict. So this is technically the defense finally providing their evidence because
what evidence?
Well, he did it, and that's why we made the verdict that he's guilty. But that's how the due process of law works. So that's how I was doing it. I listened to it one time from top to bottom, and then I deleted the rest of his music out of my library.
Okay, that's fair.
In sounding in himself being guilty, the album wasn't really that bad, and that's all I'm saying.
And that's probably why people are angry. That's probably why everybody's angry. I personally just didn't listen to it because I'm tired of the whole situation in itself. I'm tired of waking up another day and seeing Meg or Tory trending because some new information about it that came out. Yeah. I personally don't like Tory no more because I feel like he messed it up for every short dude to ever like be with Megan again. So
but he wasn't the best person to pick in the first place.
Is he?
She thought so.
Nah, yeah.
We don't know that though. We don't know if they was really doing.
Yes,
we don't know a lot.
What was that?
That's true. But I deduced they were because even on her live when they was like, she was like saying like, you know, everybody's saying it was about me being jealous over Kylie. That's not the case. That's a perfect time to be like, I wasn't even messing with that nigga. She didn't say that. She just was like, I wasn't jealous. And then he was like, we was in love with 15 out of the 17 songs. So I was like,
where? Like, what?
I think the worst part of it is I did spend the time listening to all 17 songs, and I don't know what he said. Like he what he did was he was like, what y'all think happened isn't what happened. But I can't say what happened. Only that what you think happened didn't happen. Right?
And I think it's still an open case though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
But I was just talking to my homie Tyler about this, right? And here's how he messed himself up. Because if he's saying the reason why I can't say what happened is because the case is still open. Okay, but you did make the album saying that you're defending yourself saying you didn't do it, right? Mm-hmm. If the case still being open means you can't talk about it at all, then you can't defend yourself and say you didn't do it. And if it's just about saying what happened, then why didn't you say you didn't do it months ago when you were first accused?
Exactly.
So either way, you're not looking good. But you know what does make sense? You did it and needed to build time to build your perfect story about how you didn't do it.
Exactly.
And then also another thing, he was taking a lot of shots on the album. And though like the album, you know, sonically was good, a lot of the shots he was taking had nothing to do with nothing.
Exactly.
Like he was talking about selling more than other people, and Dream Doll and Asian Doll don't got hits, and J.R. Smith ain't playing, he's riding the bench. Sir, you shot a woman. That's the topic.
Right.
All I know is we will never know what truly happened because we weren't there. Okay, the only people that will know is three
I
people.
want Kylie to speak up.
Who cares what Kylie has to say?
I want
Nothing
Kelsey to speak up.
That's yes.
Kelsey was in the car, and Kelsey ain't friends with Megan no more.
And she unfollowed her.
That point. Part.
Did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
Ah,
Why are you just now asking me this?
I'm sorry.
I just earlier.
I just saw the lineup.
Oh,
I'm about to order a pizza. I'm hungry.
yeah.
Man, I am so hungry.
I feel like it's a situation similar to Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like people have vilified this man for almost a decade and some change from that incident. Not defending him in any way, shape, or form, but Rihanna like bit him and fought him in a car that he was driving.
A very small one.
A very small one. And it's like almost the same situation, except somebody was in the back. You know, like it's a very small car, a small man with a fair. Now, Chris Brown, Rihanna, that's stupid, bro. You feel me? Tory, in some way, might have felt like he was defending himself. If it was to that extent.
But that's also where it's bad news bears for him.
Yeah,
because she said not only did
that's assuming she put her hands on him.
Right, but she said in her live that she didn't, but she also said in her live that she wasn't in the car. Like she got out the car and started walking.
Right. She said she got back in the car.
Right. It confused me because then she got back in the car with him.
Right.
And
So
then the
that's
police.
confusing.
I just want somebody to tell the truth.
If you get shot in your foot, in both feet,
I want the
right?
footage.
It was both feet, right, or just one?
Both.
So if you get shot in both of your feet, you stand there and then get back in the car.
That's bad bones and ligaments and stuff too.
That's your fault.
She said that she didn't want him to go to jail. I'm assuming.
I understand.
No idea, like her adrenaline and her
she can't cry to the masses to vilify this man, because if this is built on a lie, it's a lie. You know, but I'm just tired of the whole situation because it could go so many ways. And it's, Tory messed up. What's wrong with you? But like, how did this situation arise in the first place? How did we get here? That's what we need to find out.
That man said Kylie was looking like an angel in the pool.
So, he needs
that was another reason for me to not defend him no more. Once I heard he was lusting over Kylie, I was like, brother, you are losing all of it.
Bro, that's all it takes. You ain't even got to touch them, bro. The curse is that strong. It's that strong. Bro, all you got to do is look at him and have one little thought, and they got you. It's over with. That night, his life was bro. You know how long it's going to take him to come back from this? Reggie Bush is just now getting back on TV, bro. Like 2-3 years ago, like he just now getting back on TV.
Well, he just dropped a video, and I think he got 1 million views already.
Who?
Tory got 2 videos from the album.
People support him.
Yeah, because people are
watching. See him.
I ain't watch him.
I used to be a big Tory fan, so he still come up in my recommended. I got to filter that out with more artists so that they don't.
Doc Rivers got hired.
Fan, I just loved his radio hits because they was all bangers. Because it was usually him like taking somebody beat and making it better. Like Controller, that was my joint for a very long time because I was so adamant about that it was better than Drake's version. And that was the only reason why I liked it. Like, I loved Drake's version, but I was just like, yo, this is better. You can't tell me it's not. and that's how I used to rock with it. And people used to I used to convince people, bro. They used to be like, you know what, you're right. This is fire.
I mean, it was the better version for sure. So,
and then he has a lot of singles, and then the Jerry Sprunger. Oh my gosh, him and T-Pain. What? It's crazy. Yeah, I'm a mainstream Tory fan. How about that's all I am.
I was a real deal Tory fan, listening to the albums top to bottom. Not no more. I deleted everything out my
it's in there.
library.
I haven't touched it.
I mean, he not getting the streamies from me, but he is getting the streamies. And I've seen so many women on social media being like, I wasn't there, I don't care, I'm listening to the music.
There's a lot of women that are always gonna be like that. Like,
look at R. Kelly's situation.
Yeah, like it's so weird. Like they have that. It's a weird complex they got with wanting to side with the male. I don't get it. I would just be like, stay away from those women. If
they just had a free R. Kelly protest in Brooklyn.
Protest?
When?
What?
Like 2-3 days ago, they had a free R. Kelly protest in Brooklyn.
Why are you saying that like you need to go up there? She's there.
That's disrespectful. I don't care about his music that much. He can go. All of it can go.
Personally, when I watched that documentary, I was upset for 2 reasons. It was out of order. The parts had the way his timeline went. The parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 in succession were part 1 was about this section of his life. Part 2 was about this section of his life. Part 3 was about the section before part 1. So it was so weird to follow. And then on top of that, I don't know much about the women who sat in the chairs and talked to people, but there was a lot of stuff coming out afterwards about 2 or 3 of them that were they were crazy. And so even though this man is crazy along with them and preyed on them from a young age, for some reason they're in that, what's that syndrome that you fall in love with your kidnapper?
Stockholm syndrome.
They got a mean case of that. And it's just wild. People have vandalized one of their houses and she posed in front of it. Somebody spray painted something. It was very rude, but she made light of it.
She got the R. Kelly syndrome.
That's a shame, bro.
They mess up other people.
Hurt people.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, this got about men who harm Black women, and we don't like that. So we're gonna shift. Shift the subject matter, you know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about movies and TV.
My favorite.
The Mandalorian coming back soon. That's all I'm excited about.
Are we getting Snowfall?
Huh?
Are we getting Snowfall?
Bruh, what happened?
I don't think this year. I think
that last episode I watched had me confused for 2 days.
Last episode of what?
Of Snowfall. It was one of the season finales had something to do with physics. And it was an alternate universe where he met Reed at
Yeah. It's I'm not even there yet, but I've read about it. It's literally not supposed to really be canon. It's not.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's just showing the possibility. It's like a movie. There's this movie called 500 Days of Summer with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel, and the last quarter of that is literally split screen of expectation and reality, and it's kind of just an episode that's doing the same thing, a potential path that it could have happened but didn't.
Wow.
But I see how it's confusing when you're watching a realistic show about cocaine and then time parallel universes start happening. We gonna
why is he back? And why is he meeting the white girl there? Why is he?
Hey, spoiler alert!
I mean, the white girl really don't have it. Sorry.
Spoilers.
It's the only thing I remember. My bad.
What's everybody's favorite genre?
Animation, basically.
Shoot.
Drama. I love them all, but drama probably is my favorite.
My favorite, I would have to say action.
Well, I guess anime is not a genre, that's a category. right?
Category, yeah.
So genre, I would probably say adventure.
Who?
Okay.
Adventure.
Adventure?
Yeah,
I
adventure.
thought you said Avenger.
Nah.
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 I was about to say you gave them people their own genre.
Marvel should be its own. I mean, technically, I guess they're action, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I like not horror movies, but like thrillers, like suspense movies.
Yeah. I also like mysteries.
Yeah.
Like I like to try to solve like the was it Murder on the Orient or whatever it was?
Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
You see the sequel coming?
It's another one?
Yeah, they're on a boat.
Get back on the train.
No, they're on the
on
boat.
a boat this time,
Oh,
and it's different people.
okay. I was about to say, what would
I hope they make it one killer this time and not all of them.
Yeah, you can't do that twist twice. So,
everybody was the killer?
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody, literally everybody.
So everybody was
the
about it. So
yeah,
who
the
was
person
the
who they killed had harmed all of them in some way, and like
Yeah,
So they
So
plotted.
yeah,
So everybody had the motive. And that must have been difficult.
yeah. It was making my head hurt.
That man was like, bruh, everybody in here got something against this man. That probably made me leave. I would have been like, yeah, everybody.
they all stuck on the same train.
Oh, dang. Like, yo, I'm gonna just hide up front with the captain and just act like you feel me? When we get to our stop, I'm the first guy off. Best believe.
Okay, we got a question that says, anybody like comedy or I guess by love stories you mean romance movies?
I don't like romantic.
Soap operas.
I like romantic comedies.
I like them, but they're not my favorite. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's no genre I don't like. I like every genre. It's just drama is probably my favorite. Comedy is up there. I don't like typical romance movies. The romance movies I like are like
Queen and Slim.
Blue Valentine and
he said Queen and Slim.
no, not Queen.
That movie was awful.
Actually, the romance aspect of Queen and Slim was probably my least favorite, and
It was
the sex
terrible.
scene
They just
pissed
met
me
2
off
days
more than
ago.
anything else.
Yeah, I didn't watch.
It was very forced.
It was the most forced sex scene in human history.
They had literally met 2 days before.
I
I
don't
mean,
want to
even
watch.
beyond that, it just happened out of no, and it was in our car. Who gets? They was booty butt naked, not even socks,
And like
smashing in the passenger seat.
And then they did it simultaneously with
Yeah,
the little
with
boy
the
dying. Like,
scene,
yeah.
like,
How
dumb.
we doing that?
That's a weird thing.
Who
to do.
directed that?
Why am I watching these
Lena
two
Waithe.
happen at the same
Right.
time?
No, Lena wrote it. I don't know if she directed it. She might have.
She had a lot of problems in that movie. I didn't.
See, why did you go there, man?
Speaking of particular movies, what's your favorite movie of all time?
I might just be saying this because I'm in the moment, but Tenet.
Don't tell me about it because I haven't seen it yet. Don't say anything, but I want to see it so bad.
All right, we got you. We gonna hold it down. No spoilers.
Oh man.
You're not gonna know anything until the end.
even,
That's all
even,
you
even then,
don't say
even
anything.
then, you still not gonna know.
And then you're gonna have to go back and watch it again to realize
You
you
didn't know.
really didn't know anything. You were like, okay.
But no, seriously, my favorite movie of all time is probably Infinity War.
Mine is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That movie. Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
You know, when I said that on my friend's podcast, each of them looked at me and was like, "What's wrong with you?" First of all,
I just
one
want
of
to.
Wait, Dawn or War?
Dawn, that's the middle. And they were like, "Why would you watch the middle
That's the
movie
best
of the
one.
trilogy?" I'm like, "What's wrong with you? Have you never seen The Desolation of Smile?" And then they were like,
Yeah.
"You lost me there, brother." I was
Usually
like,
the second in a trilogy is the best.
Really? I
Dark
like
Knight,
War
that's-
better than Dawn.
I think
Dawn-
Dawn's the best.
Dawn is the best because you got to think about it, bro. It's like
Wait,
Caesar
Dawn
came
is
back
the one
from
when
the
Caesar
dead.
died, right?
He came back from
No, that's War.
No, that is Dawn. War is when he fights with Woody Harrelson.
Okay, so yeah, Dawn is my favorite. My bad. Yeah, Dawn is my
You don't
favorite.
remember there was like a virus that started. The virus like mutated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the third movie. War is you know
Dawn,
when
Dawn
they
is
kill
when
his family. They kill his family in that.
Dawn is when what's the Cobra shoots him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lands it on the-
Cobra.
yeah,
Yes, and it starts a coup.
basically.
and he kills one of the he
I'm gonna
kills
watch it
Ryan's
after
son.
the podcast. Actually, on the
It was
fire.
wild, bro.
That movie was
Cobra is not.
But yeah, Infinity War to me was flawless from beginning to end. So
Infinity War was really good.
and it had the second greatest entry scene, only second to the one in Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Endgame was from beginning to end was so blah. Like the ending of that movie is the highlight.
Yeah, Endgame is
resolution. Like it was like 10 to how many years were they making all
10
this?
years.
They had to zoom through a lot of stuff.
Accumulated,
They
10 years
did.
accumulated into that.
I think the
45
worst
minute
part of,
amazing fight.
I think the two worst parts of Endgame is it literally is the main one out of all of the other Marvel movies that doesn't exist or make sense without the others. Like
Yeah.
you literally
You
cannot
can't
understand a singular second if you haven't seen the other movies.
Right.
And then they don't explain their version of time travel well enough for people to buy it. Because I like bought into it, but it's because I just like stopped letting the questions I asked matter. But there are like holes in their version of it, and they didn't. They should have explained it longer. Actually, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Interstellar.
Oh, that's a pick right there, my guy.
I gotta watch that one too, actually.
Interstellar is phenomenal.
More times than I can count.
Yeah. My favorite movie of all time is The Place Beyond the Pines.
That's a good movie.
Where? The Place Beyond the Pine?
The Pines.
Yeah,
That's
Place
such a
Beyond
good
the Pines.
That sounds like something like The Hills Have Eyes.
No.
The Place Beyond the Pines. It's not a horror movie at all. It's realistic.
It's not a horror movie.
It's about Ryan Gosling plays a stunt like motorcycle guy who finds out that he has a kid with like a one-night stand he had a year prior, and then
Eva Mendes
decides to rob banks to provide for them, and then the story just takes off from there. It's star-studded. Bradley Cooper, Ryan Gosling, Mahershala Ali, Eva Mendes, Ray Liotta.
Who directed this?
Derek Cianfrance. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but
I gotta watch it. Matter of fact,
yeah, it's my favorite movie of all time.
It should be on Netflix.
It's not anymore. It's on. It was on Netflix. Now it's on Stars, I think.
It don't matter. I gotta
It's
jump
a good
on.
movie, though.
I'll find it.
All right, y'all. You see the question that we got is, what's a movie you can watch over and over? It don't have to be your favorite. You can watch it any time it comes on. I have a lot.
Yard.
So
Yeah,
I
I have
have
a lot, but the one I can remember in my head is Stomp the Yard, because I remember for like 2 or 3 weeks straight, I came home after school from middle school and watched it for whatever reason.
I'm trying to think of movies that actually come on TV.
Baby Boy is the only thing.
Yeah, I was about to say nobody better say Baby Boy.
What about Drumline?
I haven't seen Drumline in a long time, and I can only
Drumline.
like for
I
30
feel
minutes.
like I would get tired of watching Drumline.
I am tired of Drumline.
Dream Girl.
I'm tired of both of them. I think the whole like watching it anytime it comes on makes it harder because I don't really watch movies on TV as much.
Yeah, because they cut out so much.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely the 5 Heartbeats. I was about to say that.
Y'all want to watch that?
Yes, I was about to say that.
I'm not watching that.
Ew. No.
The 5 Heartbeats is good, but not enough for me to watch it every
Watch it
time.
over and over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is.
I'm trying to think of the one movie I've watched more than any other movie. It's a lot. I'll try to give 5.
That's
this
a
isn't
great
top
question.
5. It's just a disparate 5 so that you get all sides. So I'd say Death at a Funeral. Coraline, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I watch it anytime it comes on.
What's that movie you said? Your favorite movie? What's it called? Something Pines?
The Place Beyond the Pines.
Oh, okay.
I don't even. What movies do I watch a lot? I watch every movie. I watch a lot if I like it. So like, it's hard to. Kids, which is another one of. It's my second favorite movie of all time. This is difficult.
Black Panther was
Shark
on the
Tale.
other day, but I don't want to watch it over and over.
Shark Tale.
Shark Tales.
Yeah, I love Shark Tale.
I could see that.
Toy Story.
It's like the
Wait,
funniest thing ever.
the original Toy Story?
Well, I just threw a Toy Story out there. I don't know which one. Does that even come on TV?
No.
No.
Toy
So
Story 3
I
is
mean,
my
were you
favorite.
saying one that like we go and watch over and over, or one like if it's on, we'll watch it?
She said something that you can watch over and over and you won't get tired of.
Oh,
Like if it's on TV, it's not like you're searching for it, but if it's on TV and you've seen it 1,000 times, you sit there and just watch the whole thing anyway.
Shoot, Twilight.
Liza.
I'm not gonna lie.
And Den of
Like
Thieves.
Gladiator, for me, I would watch that. Marcus Aurelius every time. I would watch it.
Gridiron Gang.
Oh
that,
yeah,
that's
that's a
on
good one.
TV.
Not no more.
It did though.
The Longest Yard. I watched The Longest Yard.
Well,
Okay.
These are all movies that I would not stop to watch on, except Gladiator. But Gladiator is like, it's so sad that I have to be in the mood, even though it's one of my favorite movies.
Dream Girls.
Remember the
I would
Titans.
watch that anytime. Love and Basketball.
Just like your sister.
What you say, Ashton?
I was gonna say, I'm probably about to sound crazy. Do you guys ever like, if you're sad, do you purposefully watch sad movies? Like
No,
to make
I listen to
No,
sad
but I
music.
purposely listen to sad music.
Yeah, sad music.
I'd rather watch a movie.
I listen to trap soul.
Sad movies don't like do enough to like add to like compound the sadness.
Yeah.
I gotta hear somebody rap about
Oh,
it.
what's the joint? Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Facts. I was thinking about that earlier.
Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
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 That's how you know we from
What's
different
the
eras.
movie with Andre 3000 in it and he's sipping the teacup with the gun?
Be cool.
Be Cool. I
ATL?
watched that one. No. I watched it.
Oh, that's 150,000. I'm sorry. That's Big Boy. That's Big Boy. Sorry.
That's the other outcast.
I'll watch that one. But I'll talk about Be Cool. That one was funny.
Oh, I like Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar is good.
No, it is.
Not enough to like watch it over again.
Black people have to be
It's-
loose of the bondage of Love and Basketball and Brown Sugar both. They are both.
Yo,
opposite.
what was the dance movie with Moose in it? Was
Oh, Step Up.
The streets.
Step Up, Bring It to the Streets.
Oh,
That
Step
one.
Up. I love the Step Up series.
Hard.
There's a song in there by Timbaland that the song they were dancing to out in the rain. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, to this
Hard.
Oh man.
That's
song.
Frozen?
But guess what? Do y'all ever see those scenes and you see the errors that they make? Like 1 minute dude got on his sweatshirt, next minute he got it off. It's the same scene. Y'all catch stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like in Like Mike when he walk into the locker
Yeah.
room, his hair is tied up, and then when they cut back to him, it's not tied up.
In Den of Thieves, there's a Georgia State Patrol car that drives by in one of the scenes.
Really?
Yeah, they shot it in Atlanta. Part of it in Atlanta.
Ah.
I remember watching. I was like, "What the? I recognize that."
That's funny.
All right, y'all. Favorite show of all time. We said favorite movie, favorite TV show of all time.
Ooh.
Lilo
And I'm to make it easier, I'm gonna limit it to the show has to be completed, so no active shows.
Oh.
Lilo and Stitch.
Show.
I never would have guessed that.
Really?
Yes, I've never seen you even talk about Lilo and Stitch in ever.
I love
Mine
it.
is Sons of Anarchy.
Facts.
Prison Break.
You've seen that they supposed to be bringing it back?
Oh, then never mind. I can't use Prison Break.
Well, you can use it because it's done. And
Okay.
then bring it
Yeah,
back.
Prison Break. Prison Break.
If
Okay.
it's anything, if there's anything besides, what's it called, Lilo and Stitch, I would say Pokemon, but only one of the previous like editions, because you know he done went to so many different countries, but he's still 10 for some reason.
Hey, the movie with Mew and Mewtwo was so hard back in the day.
Bruh. Crazy. That was like
Martin is a good show. Fresh Prince too.
facts.
Fresh
Yeah,
Prince.
Martin's my favorite sitcom of all time.
I'm not gonna lie, the Wayans
But my
brothers.
favorite show of all time. Really? I've never heard anybody say Wayne's Brothers.
I remember for one summer straight, every day I woke up, that was what was on the TV. I went to sleep watching George Lopez and woke up watching the Wayans Brothers.
That's funny.
And they were like so hilarious because John Witherspoon and them two was just stupid.
Rest in peace, Pops, man. Absolutely. All right.
R.I.P.
Favorite movie of 2020 and favorite active television show.
Tenet and active television show. I don't know. What's active right now?
I've seen one movie this year. Oh no, I didn't. I saw the second My Hero Academia movie, Two Heroes. That is my favorite movie of 2020. I'm sorry. I love Tenet, but what that movie did to me emotionally. Sorry. That's my favorite.
What's the name of that movie?
It's called there's a TV show called My Hero Academia. The movie was called Two Heroes Rising. So like it's a very long title. That like My Hero Academia, Two Heroes Rising. But that was it. And I think my favorite active TV show right now would have to be My Hero Academia. I'm sorry. So shout out Kohei Horikoshi, who is the Japanese author of these amazing visuals that I watch and can't wait for this next season.
I'm not active TV shows. I don't think I'm watching any active TV shows right now.
All right, Ashton, just to get you caught up, the question is favorite movie of 2020 and your favorite active television show.
Favorite movie of 2020? Ain't nothing came out.
It'll be Tenet.
A lot that came out. First of all, we had 3
I mean, a
months of
lot came
movies.
out in the early of the year. Didn't Bad
Then
Boys
the
come out this year?
things came out on demand and streaming. You still got Netflix originals and Disney Plus originals and Hulu originals.
I've just been watching old shows. The newest movie I watched was like that. What's it called? Power, the Jamie Foxx movie on Netflix. That was good.
Yeah.
Project Power. So that's your favorite movie of 2020?
That was the most recent new movie I watched.
That gave him in a pistol fish.
I
haven't seen it yet. Don't tell me. But I guess my favorite TV because this is the only show I'm watching would be Power Book 2. But it's not my favorite because they just did some so unnecessary this past episode.
I ain't seen this last one yet, so I say my favorite movie of 2020 is easily Tenet by Lance Lyle. My favorite active show, it's hard because I have shows that are like nearing their end and then ones that are just coming up. My favorite show of this year is Lovecraft Country, easily. And it's technically my favorite active show, but I love The Blacklist so much too. So it's black. But Lovecraft Country is black, so that's what gives it the edge.
Is that lit? I be seeing people tweet about it.
I love it.
All I've seen is just amazing things.
I heard P Valley was lit too. I haven't watched that either.
No, it's like it has to do with like strippers, not like just regular strippers, like all types of strippers, like the full LGBT strippers.
Never mind.
That's all I know about it. Somebody like I asked somebody
about what show?
P Valley.
Oh yeah. I've heard P Valley is good though. Yeah, I've heard that the story is really good.
It has a lot of scenes with men having sex with men, so that's just if you're not, most people.
A disclaimer.
Yeah, just
thanks for that. Never mind.
That was all I like. She was just like, if you enjoy watching men sleep with men, I'm like, Is that
She
all
said-
it is? She's like, no, there's other.
Like it's just gay porn for 3
And
hours.
like, what? Like, is that the whole show? And she was just like, nah, it's other stuff, but that's in there. And I'm just like, I mean, thank you for the heads up. So
That's funny.
Y'all
Um.
forward.
Oh yeah. Wait, Ashton, you didn't answer your
bruh, but if it's a lot, I'm gonna fast forward a lot, and I don't want to like miss stuff important to the story because they be pillow talking and stuff.
Then watch the pillow talk. That's not the same as sex.
Not the pillow talk.
But you know, pillow talk is like weird stuff in it
You
too.
said they
It can
be
be-
pillow
it can be-
talking.
It depends on the mood of the scene. Is somebody conflicted and the other one's trying to relax them? You know how it go. You know how it go. You's an actor. You know.
There's a fine line between pillow talk and ram sessions.
Maybe in Game of Thrones, but we don't know P Valley, bro. P Valley got
Oh wait, I take mine back. My favorite show is Game of Thrones, except
Really?
for that last season because I don't know what the heck.
You
they
have to
did.
count the whole show.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's the reason why Game of Thrones isn't mine. Game of Thrones would have been not only my favorite, but my objective greatest show of all time. But they ruined it with the last season. So Sons of Anarchy is still my favorite. Breaking Bad is still the
That's
best.
what happens when you outpace your book. It means you need to
That
write.
is exactly what happens when you outpace your book. You are 100% right.
Like the first Full Metal Alchemist went through that, and like I remember watching it. It was like, what the heck is this? This ain't what I read. And I went and watched the one that they made later, and it's so much better because it stays true to. The only nuances are like the liberties of the studio that they take whenever they're making.
I will say this though, if they would have said, nah, we're gonna wait for the book, they'd still be waiting. He still is not done.
True.
And he promised that book like 7 months ago, a year ago, from years ago.
It's
And we got that last year. So you can imagine how long we'd be waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's working on the prequel.
Yes, he is.
Can't wait for that. That's gonna be crazy. Gonna be-
Can't wait to see how crazy the Mad King was.
Mhm.
Hey, if it's anything like
wait.
his great granddaughter,
Oh, he works.
or whatever succession she falls.
Oh, she burned it all. She really did what I wanted these people to do in the world. Just burned it all. Just burn, even if they are ringing the bell, burn it.
Oh my gosh.
And from that we segue. We segue to the next question. What's your favorite streaming platform?
Apple Music,
Uh,
but it's
No,
only
not for music.
for shows, my guy.
shows and movies.
you just said streaming platform. That's like so. That's
Music
so
was
many things.
last
Look at the subject matter, brother.
But still, that's so many things. I hear streaming platform, and you know my mind is automatically
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
My
one of the
Netflix.
apps that I have on my Fire Stick, and it's called Cinema Free.
Cinema Free.
Yeah, because
Nobody know what that is.
yeah, just
It's illegal.
yeah, that's why.
It's against the law.
If you know, you know.
If you know,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite. Netflix, I guess, because that's what I watch the most. But
Then that's your favorite.
because it's amazing.
Oh wow.
Right. Yeah. Like
That's
Mine, it's a tie between Netflix and HBO Max.
Yeah, now see, if I had HBO Max, mine would be HBO Max, but I got Cinema Free, so I can watch everything on HBO Max.
Anybody do Hulu?
I got Hulu, but it's
unless
not my
I have to. If
I
I
only
if
watched
it's-
Hulu when Little Fires Everywhere was on it.
that was a good show.
It was a good show.
I still haven't watched it. I gotta watch that.
You should watch.
I have a lot of streaming services. I have Netflix, Hulu, Stars, HBO Max, Disney Plus.
Oh, you out here, cuz.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
I wonder if my dad's gonna renew that Disney
That's what I'm
Plus.
saying for it.
I don't really use it.
Disney Plus just got the group watch thing like Netflix Party.
Yeah, Disney Plus did just get a new group thing.
don't talk. I thought Quan already had it.
No, she's using Dad. That's the one we got for free with Dad because we have Verizon.
So, is it gone already?
Nah, they still use it.
So when is it gone?
I don't know.
Well, as long as it's gone after I finish watching The Mandalorian, that's all I need to worry about. That is the way.
But you know they're gonna have a season 3, and then they got like a Mandalorian spinoff and like a prequel too. Like,
well, at that point, I feel like I'm gonna be living on my own and have my own Disney Plus. So I'm hoping that's what I'm betting on.
We get into existence.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yes,
we
yes,
gonna
yes.
wait
I'm
on
gonna
that.
just use your password then, because ain't no reason for both of us to be paying for it.
Well, if that's the case, we're gonna do this way thing. It's gonna be you got Netflix, I got Disney Plus, you got whatever you got, whatever it is. We all throw that thing around. We got a whole ring of streaming platforms. Son, we can have folks pay rent on our streaming platform.
We gonna go favorite
Christian,
guilty
the
pleasure.
one you holding out. She said cinema free with the eyeballs. Like, what's up?
I downloaded that on her Fire Stick.
It's definitely there.
I definitely downloaded it.
You gotta look in the apps. It's not in your recent because you don't use it.
She said, me too, Andrew Buckmeyer. I don't know what she was talking about.
Who's that, Corner?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
Guilty pleasure movie?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Grandma's Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
The age I saw that movie, I should not have saw that movie, but I saw it.
Grandma's Boy. What's that?
It's a movie about a guy who lives in his grandmother's house who's like developing a game, and it's like a Seth Rogen movie before Seth Rogen was a thing. If that's like the only vein I could put it in to get you guys to understand it, because it's really old.
Ready
That
Player
and
One.
That
You
is
said what?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One is your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
That good.
What?
That's why it's a guilty pleasure, because it wasn't that good after that.
What?
Really? Y'all didn't like it?
I liked
No.
it.
I didn't think it was very regular for me.
I mean,
Really?
that's my
I
whole.
feel like
That's my whole
maybe I like it because I wish I could be in that. I guess maybe
Yeah.
that's why I like it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm much into stuff like that, so I really liked it. But that's not my favorite guilty pleasure movie. That and Joe Dirt was because I just saw them at ages I shouldn't have saw them.
Yeah, I saw Joe Dirt young too. I think my favorite guilty
Joe
pleasure
Dirt.
movie, my favorite guilty pleasure movie is a tie between John Tucker Must Die and Reality High.
I'm dead at both of those.
But John Tucker Must Die, I've been watching longer. That's my movie.
Dang, guilty pleasure.
I don't know. I don't think I would have considered it a guilty pleasure because it's a good movie, but The Iron Giant.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
That's not guilty pleasure.
I don't know. I don't know what's a bad movie or like a stupid movie that I watched. Why Did I Get Married? I watched both of them like clockwork.
Like Clockwork? Yeah, that's guilty pleasure.
Another one, Ashton, that you watch every time it come on.
It's because I love Jill Scott. That's
Why Did I
really
Get
she's my
Married?
I love Jill Scott too, but I ain't throwing on the Why Did I Get Married every day.
Maybe Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, that's
That
a guilty
too.
pleasure.
Hey, yo, did y'all ever
That's a
watch?
good movie.
Only for the church scene though, because I just like hearing what's the name sing.
really. What's her name?
Huh?
What's her
Crackhead
name?
Daddy.
Who?
The lady. What's her name?
Tasha, not Tasha. Tamla Mann.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
The crackhead lady.
I thought
You
you
heard
was talking about. You said that. Remember
No.
the lady that come in at the end?
Hey, shout out to the crackhead. You know, that's everybody.
Oh, another one is Anaconda and Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea is I like that movie. That was good.
Trying to
Yeah.
think of a bad movie that I like.
I have a lot of guilty pleasure movies. I could really rattle them off. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Rat Race.
Rat Race. I haven't seen that in a long.
I actually never even
Yvette
seen
Clayton
it.
said Friday.
It was,
Yvette Clayton
Friday
said
ain't no guilty
Friday.
pleasure. That's just what it is.
who? What? Oh,
I'll ride for Fridays.
we had a senior lock-in at Stars and Strikes, and they played this, and everybody was saying every line the entire movie, and like after a while it got annoying because I'm just like, all right, now I want to watch it. Like,
Well, Catch
laughing
Me
at
If You
first, but
Can
now it's-
be guilty pleasure. I feel like that's actually a good movie.
With Leonardo DiCaprio, that's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
But who? You said The Great Gatsby?
No,
No,
he said
Catch
Catch
Me
Me
If You Can.
What about New Jack City?
I don't really
Yeah.
consider that. I guess that could be a guilty pleasure because nobody
Yeah.
really acted but Chris Rock.
No.
Chris Rock was the best crackhead probably
It just be calling me.
in that era of cinema. That was good crackheadness.
Mm.
Wow, he just walked home a run.
All right, y'all. This one right here for our generation. What's your favorite Pixar movie?
Oh,
Wait, I'm gonna get them confused with
Oh.
Disney movies.
That's
Even
a
though they're
tough
kind
one.
of the same, they're not the same.
That's a tough one. I don't even got an only one. I got like a top three.
Bolt.
Bolt's your favorite Pixar movie?
Yep.
It's
Miley,
amazing that that's your favorite.
That I can like really, really, really think of. I'm probably forgetting a
I'm
lot.
sure you like Big Hero 6 more than Bolt.
You're right. I do like
Like I knew Bolt was not correct.
There we go. There we go. That's it right there. Big Hero 6, 100%.
Cars 3.
Cars 3 was amazing, but it can't top Big Hero.
Oh, Big Hero 6 is. I thought that was Disney.
Nah, bro.
Oh, the Big Hero 6 by landslide. My bad.
How about a landslide?
That movie was so good.
It's
dog.
so good.
How do you? And
very
I
good.
was older when I watched it, and I like
Toy Story 4 is a close second, and Ratatouille is top 3.
Is DreamWorks the same thing as Pixar?
No,
No.
I guess my
A Bug's Life is an honorable mention.
Shrek.
is very good. I like Wall-E.
Ooh,
Wally's your favorite?
I love that movie.
yes, yeah. That's
I'd say I can't pick one Pixar, but I'd say my top three are Monsters Inc.,
mm-hmm.
Toy Story 3, and Inside Out. R.I.P. Bing Bong, man.
Is
I-
Toy Story 3 the one where they were on the conveyor belt to the incinerator, or is that number 2?
That was with the bear.
To the incinerator, yeah, that's number 3. Yeah, but lots of
Okay,
bears.
yeah, that was a good one.
How they get out of
That
that?
one. The fall came.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Toy Story 3 is when he run like the wind, right? On the airplane joint. Is that you talking
That's
about?
Toy Story 2.
Oh,
That's Toy Story 2.
dang, Toy Story got some fire
That's-
movies.
Mhm.
They do. They haven't missed.
The Keys. That's my favorite.
What?
Me and Drew were literally in the movie theater cracking up. When I tell you we were cracking
I
up,
was paid.
we were cracking up.
I was hurt. That was it. I was laughing so hard I was in pain.
The
That-
Keys.
It was what's his name? Jordan Key and Keegan Michael. Wait. It's King, it's Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah,
and
Jordan, Key and Peele, them two.
them two. And they were like the bunny and the little fluffy thing.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Devising a plot on how to get the keys to open up this cabinet, and they just like jumped the old lady. And like that's the way they said it.
The Keys.
I totally forgot all about it.
That movie is hilarious. I love it.
Oh.
And Forky, come on, man, Forky.
That stupid look. They could have left him from the beginning. I hated
I
it.
mentioned I am trash.
That's wild.
Oh man,
Sentiments.
That's funny.
Oh man. Okay, we got MCU versus DCEU.
MCU.
Why would you even ask that?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if anybody was gonna, but I knew we weren't. It's MCU.
Do you
easy.
have any of the DC movies that you guys actually like though?
The Batman.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
DC though, or is that just
Like recently,
What?
are they
like,
standalone?
Past
overall,
5 years.
the
Are they-
past 5 years.
Are they
Yeah.
standalone?
Which ones?
The trilogy
Wonder Woman was
with
alright.
with Christian Bale.
That's before the
Yeah,
DCEU.
that's before the DC.
Oh, well then
Ben Affleck has been Batman the
The
past.
Batman for
um
I've enjoyed
Oh,
Aquaman.
yeah, Aquaman
Yeah,
Shazam.
I'm getting Wonder Woman.
and Wonder Woman.
Shazam did what it was supposed to. I used to
Yeah.
think Wonder Woman was so amazing, and the last time I watched it, I realized it's really not that good.
I
Yeah,
think I
I
it's-
did.
still enjoy it.
I enjoyed it like when I first watched it, but it isn't a good. Like it wasn't great.
Yeah, they lack replayability.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like the ones that aren't just straight out bad, like Justice League, that was just bad.
Superman, Superman versus Batman.
Terrible.
I saw
Yeah,
that for free and was still mad. Like was still very upset. And
Still wanted his money back.
I still wanted bread back. Like I feel like I should be compensated. Like
Movie.
they didn't start fighting until the last 15 minutes of the movie. And then in the middle of their fight, after Superman's about to kill Batman, he's just like, yo, your mom's about to die. Let's go. And they both went and saved his mother. I'm like, yo, what? Why?
That's
What?
what's most important.
Nah,
Superman dies.
bro. First of all, that was so stupid. Why were y'all fighting in the first place?
Because Superman caused massive.
Change. Just say, yo, your mom is about to die. Let's go. Let's forget about this.
Nah, beef is beef.
Like y'all should have been fighting in the first 30 minutes if y'all was just gonna stop and go save somebody. Like Batman was
Greater things at
Batman
risk, okay?
Watch the movie that made you cry.
Huh?
Have you ever watched the movie that made you cry?
Act of
Yeah.
Valor, Lone Survivor.
You cried at Lone Survivor? It was good.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a good movie.
I watched a lot of movies that have made me cry.
What else made me
I
cry?
cried. Like, TV shows, movies, commercials. So
Commercial.
little bit.
It's commercials.
I really only cried.
That's my girl.
They make me very emotional.
Nah, yeah. My mom cries at anything. She cried at Real Steel
Why?
because he won, and then Captain Phillips came on after, and she cried at that.
Yo,
Oh,
Captain Phillips was so good.
It was.
Oh,
Top tier biography.
dang, I was just thinking about it. Southpaw.
I was just about to say I've cried to Southpaw more than any other movie in existence. Like I've cried to other movies, but that
Right.
movie has made me cry. The first like 6 times I ever watched it, I cried each time. Like
There's been a movie that made me cry, bro, but I can't think of what it was.
I cried.
When?
Y'all gonna get me for this, but the third Transformers when they blew up the rocket with all of the Autobots in it,
Oh man.
and I thought they was all dead. I shed some tears,
You
Nah,
cried?
bro, for the Autobots.
That's
Those
real.
my guys.
Hey,
Okay?
I think you
Oh,
Ed-
Endgame.
You said what? Oh, I didn't cry at Endgame.
I didn't cry. I was distraught, but I
I
didn't.
didn't
Nah,
cry.
Nah, yeah,
had
Tony
to
didn't get
cry.
no tears from me.
Wow,
A tear didn't fall out.
that's crazy.
Ed, I think
I didn't even feel the need to.
it was.
I'm like
Which
Ashley.
Batman did he carry a bomb over into water?
That's the Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I cried at that too.
Yeah, I remember looking over and seeing you crying. I was like, oh my gosh. This is heavy.
But it was like 5 tears. It wasn't like a cry. It was just like
Yeah, it was just
but
like
they were coming, and I felt
extreme.
I had to wipe them because it
Dang,
was like
yo, my man's gone. Like, he
because I
sacrificed
thought
his
Batman
whole
was dead. Looking back at it, if I'd seen that movie like at this age, I would have known he wasn't dead. But back then, I was like, I know that this is the end of the trilogy, so it makes sense that they kill him. And then they didn't kill him. And I was like, oh, okay.
life. 1-3.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever cried at Remember the
All
Titans?
right, y'all, it's time to wind this up, baby, down.
I did cry at Remember the Titans.
I don't think I cried during that one. There was another
Oh
movie.
God, who didn't? And we didn't even admit who didn't cry. Remember the Titans? Everybody.
Andrew, shot your dream down quick. He
I
said,
didn't. There was like this. I like really felt it, but I never cried. Like
How
there's
you play football and never cry at Remember the Titans? You're supposed to feel that.
Easy.
And you played
I
football in the South.
I could have cried more during When the Game Stands Tall than Remember the Titans.
I didn't watch the whole of When the Game Stands Tall. By the time I tuned in, they'd already lost their first game.
Oh yeah, they got whooped by Deshaun Jackson and Long Beach Paul. But yeah, I think there was an anime that made me cry, but I can't remember exactly which one. Attack on Titan. I cried 2 weeks in a row. There was a scene where there's this commander talking to his platoon, basically telling them, we're about to charge to our deaths, but it's going to help humanity in the end. So ride with me and we'll die together. And they did. But the speech was like so
It was
hard.
a phenomenal speech.
It was, oh my God. Like, bro, that was...
What about Braveheart? Y'all remember that?
I remember it, but not enough for it to make me cry.
I ain't never cried no Braveheart. That's a great movie, but nah. It's nah, yeah. No.
All right, we it's time to close out, y'all.
It's about that time, so we gonna ask this.
Fast. Which one was Paul dead after? Fast 6. That little. It's been a long time. With that little tribute they did to him, I shed a tear there. But like not the movie, but that tribute was.
All right. Well, all right. So like we were saying, it's getting around that time. So we gonna ask this. This last one is easy because you just gotta pick a movie. It's a BET all-time face-off. So it's Baby Boy or ATL. You gotta choose yours. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start it off with probably the underdog, Baby Boy, and you can find me at Instagram at Lions_Emmanuel_. So Twitter at RIP Lions. Find my music wherever you do that. Search Saint Even. Saint Even on Facebook. And yeah, Baby Boy for the ones.
You already know where you can find me. It's _skip to my shoe on everything, I believe. And Instagram is just my name, Andrew Buck. Not Instagram. Facebook is just my name, Andrew Buckmeyer. And I gotta go with ATL because I'm trying to get a Picasso in my house specifically so people can just be like, "You got a Picasso in your house?" And I'm like, yeah. That's like such a iconic line. Like Picasso didn't mean anything to me until I heard it in a black movie. So yeah. Even though he was amazing.
I'm gonna go with ATL because I have never been to Cascade on a Sunday. I have been to Cascade when it's been empty, and I was like, wow, Beyonce had her party here.
You gotta go on Sunday. You gotta go when it's crazy.
Yeah, and I know the man that owns it. So ATL, Greg.
Greg who?
The guy that owns that used to own Golden Glide.
Oh, he own Cascade now?
He always owned Cascade.
I didn't know that. Never knew. Why ain't we been trying to get it for free, guys?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at _CB03. You can follow me on Facebook, first name Christian, last name Buckmeyer. Follow me on Twitter at Coach_Buck03. Holla at your boy. Stay tuned because next podcast I'm gonna be a different character. I already know who it is.
All right. You already know who it is. Well, ATL or Baby Boy, Jody or Nunu. Oh man, who we gonna do? I think I'm gonna do ATL. I got to go with the Nunu. So you can. I'm Amber Lyons, your CEO and visionary of You Speak Out podcast, and CEO and founder of From Pain to Purpose. This is a Healing Pain Through the Arts production, which is our youth program. And you can follow the YSO podcast on Instagram at YSO podcast. And you can follow the YSO podcast also on Twitter at YSO_podcast. You can follow From Pain to Purpose on Instagram at From Pain to Purpose. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is From Pain to Purpose, Inc. INC. Follow our Instagram page for myself, Amber Lyons, and or Nzinga L, but Amber Lyons as well. You can also connect with me on Facebook, Amber and Lyons, and our Healing Pain Soothe Art Facebook group and our Facebook page From Pain to Purpose. Please also connect with us at www.FromPainToPurpose.net. That's www.FromPainToPurpose.net. You can also connect to all of our social media through our website as well. Please, we're asking for you guys to support and order your YSO Youth Speak Out Podcast t-shirts. We have them in our new color gray as well as the black. So please support us, support the work that we're doing, and we will be happy to, and you can send donations as well through our website. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Healing Pain Through the Arts presents You Speak Out podcast. Our other co-host Ashton had to step off a little early, but you can follow her at Ash Gets the News, and also on Ashton Gates 2S on Instagram. Thank you to the team. Thank you to our Youth Speak Out podcast special youth guest tonight, Hannah Thompson, Vicky Watson, and Savon, Marina. And to Why I Care, thank you for having them. The World Women Conference and Awards, Atlanta team, thank you so much for tuning in tonight and enjoying the spillover from our event, our COVID-19 awareness event that we had on September the 19th, where the YSO team were the facilitators. So if you guys need the YSO team to facilitate your events coming up, your youth events, or to be a part, please reach out to us. Let us know. This is a dope and phenomenal team. So we're going to be signing off. And we're glad that you guys are here with us tonight. Any last words from anybody? Or are we good? Okay.
Nope.
Healthy.
Yeah.